everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Sistas. This is season 4, episode 7, and it was titled "Moving On Up." All right, y'all, don't come for me. Don't come for me. I know I'm late. I'm late on a bunch of shows. I didn't even know Power Book 4. Yeah, Power Book 4 Force came out last Sunday. I thought it didn't come on last Sunday because last Sunday was the Super Bowl, so I thought they had canceled it. But no, it came out. So now I got to do 2 episodes of that, and then I'm catching up on Sistas. So I'm doing this. This one is from last week, and then hopefully this week I'll be caught up. All my birthday shenanigans is out of the way. Well, and so now in March I'll be away for a week, but don't worry about that. Right now anyway. And then what else I gotta do? I think Love After Lockup, Life During Love, something like that. I think that came out, and I'm going to do Love Is Blind because I haven't watched it yet because I like to binge stuff, but I'm going to watch the first few episodes and then get on here and do a recap and then do the next few and then so forth. The last episode comes on next Friday, or this Friday, I should say. But yeah, I know I'm late. My apologies, but here we go. All right, so before I jump into the recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. All right, y'all, let's just jump into this. So last week, or the week before last, it stopped where Andy was going into her apartment and it was empty. Like Gary had took like all these stuff out of there. And I don't understand why she was acting like she didn't understand what was going on or where all her stuff went to. I mean, I understand she was confusion when she was just like, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? But then after a while, it should have clicked that Gary had something to do with it because he had called her beforehand and said, I think you're going to want me to come over once you see. So anyway, she walking around like, oh my God, where my stuff at? She finally called a front doorman or something. And he like, congratulations, you got a good deal. You bought the penthouse. And she like, the penthouse? What is you talking about? I ain't buying no penthouse and stuff. And so she just keep repeating where her things at. And then the man like, they in your penthouse, your new place where you live at, like whatever. And she like, I need to talk to Mr. Robinson. I need to talk to Mr. Robinson because how y'all gonna move my stuff? And he was like, well, something about like you talked to him. She was like, I didn't talk to him. He was like, so you ain't talked to him? She was like, no. And shouldn't I have talked to him before y'all just gathered up all of my things and moved them upstairs or whatever? So he like, well, Mr. Robertson, we can have you talk to him. He right outside your door. Because he said he was on the floor, but child bye. He was outside the door ready to knock, for his cue. But anyway, she's still confused. Mr. Robinson coming in and he like, congratulations, you got a good deal. You talk to people now. You got the penthouse for $3 million, cash, escrow, like it's in your name, everything paid for, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. So she like, what? I did? Huh? He like, all we need now is just your signature on the paperwork. She was like, huh? What? So she confused still, and he like, well, she's like, well, can I talk to you about it later or whatever? He's like, yeah, take your time. Because at this rate, he like, we already got the wire transfer. We already got everything. All the legalities is you just got to sign the paperwork. But for real, you don't even need to do that. We could just stamp it because we already got all our shit, okay? So he leave, and then the doorman called Andy up again, telling him that Gary is downstairs. So she like, what? Yeah. Send him up. So he come up there. She acting like she fake mad and stuff like that. Gary come in there. She still pretending like she mad, child. And he like, good? And she like, how'd you do it, Gary? How'd you do it? Do what? I said, Gary, what? All right. So he was like, move all of my things. He was like, yeah, you just bought a $3 million apartment. I had to move your stuff up there, whatever, because you looked at the rollie like it wasn't nothing. And she like, so he was like, so I upped my game. She was like, what? So you just buying me penthouses to fix this? That's what you think is going to fix this or whatever? No. What about loving you, Andy? What about loving you? Whatever, like loving me. No, I'm done with that, Gary. I'm through with that or whatever. I am done. No, baby, you can't be done with me. I know you don't want to be done with me. You see, I just brought you all the nice cars and the nice things, and it's just going to get better from here. It's going to get better from there? How's it going to get better from there? But you going to get you another whore therapist? No, I'm working with a guy. He pretty good. He pretty good. So what you just gonna get me a new bed, have me a new bedroom so you can bring your whores to. You ain't gonna let me outlive that, is you? You ain't gonna let me outlive that. No, you didn't let me outlive things. You had your crazy ass wife trying to shoot up the place, put a gun to my head, move me out to the country, tried to choke me out. What do you think, Gary? He like, all right, touche. I feel you now, I feel you. He was like, but I'm gonna win you back. No, you're not, because I'm having a fantastic time with Robin. Don't do that. Don't do that, Andy. Don't do that now. Don't do that. And he's not trying to buy my love. I'm not trying to buy your love either, Andy. I'm just trying to apologize and tell you how sorry I am. Well, I'm done with you, Andy. Oh, you done with me? Now get my things back. I said, ooh, she getting all feisty and stuff. Okay, she bossy. He like, what? You was your things back in this little rinky-dinky apartment? No, girl, they in the penthouse. My things back now, Gary. I want the moving team in here now. I mean, they're going to be here tomorrow. Well, that's fine. And then he's trying to be like, get Andy this, Andy that. But she's trying to put him out. If she's trying to put him out, cue the girls. They come in and it's like, what you doing here, Gary? And he just looking like, oh, shit, not these bitches again. So then they all put him out. So, whatever, child. So then they all looking around like, what happened to your shit, girl? And so Danny, she like, see, he put you guys, that's why you can't be letting men buy you stuff, girl, because he did came in here and repoed it. He didn't repo it. She was like, no, he did not repo it. He moved my stuff to the penthouse. Danny like the penthouse. Like the penthouse? So what we doing here? We need to be moving on up like the Jeffersons. They're like, we can't do that. We can't go up there. And Karen, she like, we can't do that. Because, she bitter Betty. So she like, no, you can't even go up there and see it. No, don't look at it. Danny like, well, shit, I want to look at it. So I'm going to go look at it. How you get up there? And she like, well, you just got to press P in the elevator. Oh, okay, that's it. All right, let me grab my purse and thing. So then Bree like, I want to see it too. I'm going to go up there so you don't get lost, so you don't get hurt or nothing like that. So then Danny and Bree, they go upstairs. So it was funny because Danny was like, well, because somehow the Rolls Royce got brought up into the conversation. And so she was like, he brought you a what? A Rolls Royce. Now, let's rethink this Gary thing. He might not be that bad. I was cracking up. So anyway, Danny and Bree go upstairs. Karen looking at Andy like, you want to go up there with him? She like, no. She like, he really trying, ain't he? Yeah, he is. You thinking about taking him back? No. So you holding out? Yeah, good. But what should I do though, Karen? What should I do? If you like taking his shit, then go ahead and keep taking his shit and then sell it. Well, no, I got my own things. I could just buy my own stuff. I got my own money and stuff. I don't need to be using all that stuff. But, you ain't got Gary type of money, girl. You ain't got Gary type of money. She was like, no, I don't. And then you like fine things and you like a lot of stuff. And he buying you the stuff that you can't afford. She was like, all right, girl, I got the point. I got the point. Okay. She was like, oh, okay. I'm just saying, girl. I'm just saying. Child, Danny and Bree upstairs at the penthouse. They looking around. They get off the elevator. They like, oh my God. Danny, of course, in love. She trying to move into the closet. That closet / bathroom was nice. Okay. Here go Bree. Is this the lobby? She was like, girl, no, this is the penthouse apartment. It was nice. The view was nice. Everything in there was nice or whatever. They had a piano in there. It was really nice. Child. Bree like, oh no, we got to go. Oh, look at the picture. It was this big picture of Andy on the wall. It was pretty. She looked real gorgeous in that picture. And then what else, child? Then they go jump on her bed talking about, oh, it feels so soft. I was cracking up. So then Karen and Andy, they still downstairs in the empty apartment. He done took the food out the refrigerator, so ain't no food down there. Andy like, ain't no food, ain't no nothing. Can I just stay? She was like, Karen was like, well, you can stay at my house. She was like, all right, thank you, girl, thank you. I said, girl, bye. If you don't go upstairs to that goddamn penthouse. And so again, Karen wants to invite Fatima. Andy, like, you sure? You sure? That you know how they go back and forth, child. And so then she was like, yeah, I said invite her. So Andy, like, all right, I'm gonna go call her up and invite her, but she going to the other room. So we go to Zach and Fatima. So they still in his empty townhouse, and he talking to her, trying to tell her, you know, don't pay next month's rent, move in here with me, blah blah blah. And then he asks her how she know Gary, and then she tells him how she knows him. So she's like, cause that's Andy ex boyfriend. And he was like, scary Gary? Oh man. Oh man. So then he like, well, is he legit? Like, he legit? She was like, yeah, he legit. You know, I looked him up, I Google searched him and all that other stuff. You know, I did a whole background check, all that other stuff. He good. So, but don't be giving all your money to Gary. So he was like, well, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. So then she gets a phone call. Of course, it's Andy asking her to come over. And she was like, for what? She was like, well, Karen wants you to come over because she wants to tell us something. She was like, hell no, I ain't coming over there. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. So then she was like, all right, well, you know, because, you know, Andy don't want to press the issue because she don't really want Fatima over there anyway. So she like, all right, well, you know, she was like, well, what did she say? Why would she try to invite me over there? She was like, well, she said the news that she has is pertaining to you too. So she was like, it's pertaining to me too. I think I know what's going on. So she was like, well, let me talk to Zach and see what Zach say. So then she goes, hangs up the phone with Andy. She's talking to Zach, and Zach the whole time was standing there looking like, you ain't going. So as soon as Fatima get off the phone, he like, I ain't do nothing. Karen ain't come. I ain't even see that woman. She was like, calm down. It ain't even like that. Like, Andy wanted me to come over to her house because, Karen wants to talk to him about something, and if this is your child, he like, it is my child. She was like, if it's your child, maybe she want to do like some co-parenting type thing or whatever. So then he like, well, I don't know about that. So then he does end up saying that Karen can be rational at times or whatever. So and then they talk about how Fatima really want to find out what she want to talk about and stuff. So then he like, well, if that's what you want to do, go over there and do so. So she gonna go, but first she said she gonna go home and change to some jeans in case the bitch want to jump her. I was like, oh Lord. So then Zach said, yeah, because she did pop over here. She was like, who came over, what? And she had like this a blank expression on her face. And then until she couldn't hold it no more, child. Then she started smiling. But she had like, she blacked out or whatever. He was like, you okay? You fine? You good? She was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get myself together. So you said she came over here? Like, what she come over here for? He was like she came over here telling me that some people was looking for me or whatever. And she was like, what people? And he was like, I don't know, because I wasn't there. Like, can I come closer to you now? She was like, you can move up a little bit. So then she like, oh, okay, well, I definitely got to figure out what the hell's going on with the people who, you know, was popping up looking for you or whatever. So she like, I'm going to go over there. So then they do like some little weird church hug, and then she ends up leaving. So, Andy and Karen, Andy was getting off the phone with Gary, I guess. And she said that Gary said the movies would come tonight or whatever. And Karen asking Andy, would she take him back? And Andy like, no, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. I'm not going to do it with him. And then Danny and Bree come in with the alcohol or whatever. Andy acting dumb like, well, how did y'all get in there? And so she was like, girl, I pressed P on the elevator. She was like, that might be a safety hazard. And I'm like, it don't really work that easy, because don't you need like a key or a card and then you gotta press P? Like, you need some special kind of key to press P. You just can't press P from the lobby. Like, what? So at any rate, child. So Danny keeps telling Andy that she need to go up there and check the thing out. She like, no. Karen like, we not doing it. So then they like, well, you had something to tell us or whatever. So she was like, yeah, I do got something to tell you. I'm trying to tell y'all something. And so Danny like, well, then say it then, bitch. Like, say what you want to say, because we've been here for like a whole hour. You ain't said what you need to say yet. So she like, no, I'm gonna tell y'all whatever like that. So then they finally convinced her to go upstairs. I said, finally, we going upstairs to get into this goddamn apartment or whatever. So because Karen was like, well, tell them about the Rolls Royce or something like that. Or no, I think she was like, well, we ain't check it out, because Andy was like, we not going to check out the apartment or something like, or Karen said it, we're not going to check out the apartment. And then Andy said, well, we did that little thing with the Rolls Royce. And they was like, well, what little thing? She was like, we did a joyride. And then Karen was like, well, tell him how he had track trust and all this other stuff. And so not Karen, why I keep saying Karen? Andy had told Danny and Bree about the experience, and they was looking at her like, girl, that sound crazy as fuck. But she was like, he know that I like surprises. He know, like, he remembered everything that I told him, like everything down to the T, like he told me, or like I told him, he remembered or whatever. So, you know, she really feeling that or whatever. Then they finally went upstairs to the penthouse. The guys, they playing ball outside or whatever. Zach, he being real icy to Aaron, because after the game, everybody was like, good game, good game. But then it came to Aaron. Zach was just like, or whatever. So Gary looking like, what the hell's going on with them? And so Aaron tells Gary, like, I'm dating his ex. And he like, wait, what? You dating his ex? Like Karen? And so he was like, yes. He was like, so wait a minute, you know Andy? And he was like, yeah. And so he was like, oh man. And then Zach was like, yeah, I'm dating her assistant or whatever. And he was like, Fatima? And he was like, yeah. He was like, oh shit. So then he was like, whatever Fatima told you about me, man, don't believe it. She hates me or whatever. He was like, Zach was like, no, she said she ain't say nothing bad about you. She actually said that your company was good or whatever. So, he was like, oh, okay. So then Zach was like, she ain't caring. So of course that's going to spark Aaron up. So then Aaron and Zach going back and forth. They throwing a whole bunch of shade at each other. And Aaron like, yeah, if she was Karen, then she would be leaving your ass too. I said, oh Lord. And then Zach like, well, you know, Karen ain't leave me. In fact, she loved me even more and all this other stuff. I said, child. So then so then Zach get all mad again, where he like, you know what? I got time for another game. So then he start wanting to play ball again. But then Gary and his stupid self, he want to tap Zach on the shoulder or tell Zach, let me talk to you for a second. He want to ask Zach to talk to Fatima about Andy. Put in like a good word with Andy. So Zach was like, no, I'm not getting in the middle of that. Here goes stupid ass Gary, child. Every time I start kind of sort of tiny bit like this much liking Gary, he go mess that all up. And it's back to zero. Because he gonna say yo, I've been hearing some people asking you about this stock market or whatever, or stock, and they trying to, ask some questions about it or whatever. But, I can put in a good word, and he was saying like the wrong people asking the right questions, and I can put you in and get you back, get you in that world or some shit like that. Basically like, you do for me, I'll do for you type thing. So, Zach was like, oh, okay, bet. He was like, no, you a grimy ass dude. Like, how you gonna, do something like that? I do for you, you do for me or whatever. If you know somebody talking stuff about me in this stock market, then won't you say something or whatever? He was like, no, man, it ain't like that. He was like, no, fuck that. Give me my ball. I'm out of here or whatever. So then Zach leaves the court. Gary's sitting there looking all stupid in the face. Like, per his usual, child. Then they finally in the penthouse. Karen, she acting unfazed by everything. I said, girl, you can at least smile, because you know this goddamn penthouse is thebomb.com. But she looking like, whatever. And then Andy, she like, oh my God, this is mine. Oh, this is mine. Oh my God. They like, yeah, girl, I cried too. I cried. I was cranking up. So then he remembered everything down to the details, down to the color. He know like, this is my favorite portrait. It's based on my favorite show or something like that. Favorite movie, something like that. And then Karen like, well, he probably put cameras all over the place, so you can't trust him and yada, yada, yada. Danny like, well, he can put cameras all over this place and watch us drink up in this bitch. So, Andy like, yeah, give me some wine or whatever, because we is celebrating. So then they go pop the wine, and then, Danny was looking like she was about to pop the wine. She looked like she was about to pop the wine, and wine was going to spill over that white couch. But it ain't get that far yet, because they like, well, pour Karen a drink because she going to drink too. And so she was like, I can't. And they was like, well, why can't you or whatever? She was like, because I'm pregnant. And then they was all like, what? So that's how I ended, y'all. I will be on track on this Wednesday, but y'all know I'll put it up on Thursday because I don't watch it the same night. I watch it on an app. So and it doesn't post the same night on the app. But I will definitely have the episode up on not the episode, the recap review up on Thursday. So look out for that. And Power, that might be coming. I might have to watch that because I gotta watch 2 episodes, so that'll be posted on Friday, and then I'll be on track Sunday for episode 4. And then look for Love is Blind maybe like Thursday. Let's shoot for Thursday. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this recap review. Yeah, if y'all like this recap review, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. Also hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time, peace.